Hi everybody, it's Nani and hubby, and we just want to take a minute out of your day and hop on here and thank you guys. We want to thank you for all the prayers, all the positive thoughts, and just thinking of us during the last couple weeks. He is recovering wonderfully. Still a lot of pain, still stiff and sore, and getting to sleep at night has been a bugger, but we'll get through this. As you see, he's doing great.
Hello.
Is there anything you want to say, hubby?
Just thank you for all your thoughts and prayers. I appreciate it very much. We both do. Thank you very, very, very much.
And we kind of, we look tired, but we're okay. We are tired, but he's getting around pretty good. But we want to kind of talk to you just quickly about, a few things we've learned through the process. One of you had asked me, I want to touch on this topic first. One of you had asked me if it was easier for me the second time around, because he already had one hip done about 4 years ago, a little over 4 years ago. And if it was easier for me this time, no, it wasn't. It was a lot harder. And I'm speaking just on me. I don't know how he feels about it, but for me, knowing what we were in for, it scared the bejesus out of me. I was so stressed out, and I wasn't letting him see that because I knew he was already stressed out. And it hit me hard for about the week before, just knowing what was going to happen, what the recovery was like. I had a massive breakout on my face. I had just spots everywhere. I was so glad I had to wear a mask in the hospital because it was horrible. I looked like a 14-year-old boy going through puberty. That's how bad it looked. His surgery was Monday. On Saturday, I know it was probably from the stress. I got so sick, and I didn't want him to know how horrible I felt, but just a very bad stomach pains, horrible pain, and felt like I was going to throw up. I actually took a bucket upstairs to bed that night because it was awful, and I didn't want to have to call the kids to come to take him. They have busy lives too. So when I woke up on Sunday morning, it was like I just had to push through it and talk to myself and say everything's going to be okay. But it was very, very hard the second time around. But then once, the surgery was over, and our surgeon is amazing, it was just like all of that left, and then it was just getting through this recovery part of it. And how was the second time around for you?
It sucked. It was horrible. I think the fear of going to the hospital was the worst part. With COVID still out there and people still getting sick, we were like shut-ins before we even started the surgery. It had been weeks that we'd seen the kids and the grandkids. So, it was getting monotonous, and the waiting was just, I'm glad they didn't make me wait till August because we couldn't have done it.
Yeah, we were pretty lucky. When we went to see the surgeon, he had actually stopped to get a haircut randomly here a few weeks before, and the gentleman that cut his hair was talking about he was going to have a hip replacement, and he had told hubby that it was a wait. He wasn't scheduled till May. So when we went to see the surgeon, we thought we would be waiting way past May. We thought that it would be, June, July, August before he would be able to get in. And the surgeon, the day we went in to talk to him, actually had an opening. Somebody had canceled, and they fit him right in for February 13th, which thank God, because, the weather has been nice. I was afraid doing it this time of the year here in Pennsylvania, snow, ice, that, and him having surgery, it would have made it even harder. But the weather has been amazing, and getting it done now, it's great because now he can recover during the colder weather, and then once spring and the nice weather hits in summer, he's going to be all good to go. And we were really appreciative of that I think the surgeon saw how much pain he was really in, and the surgeon he jumped right in to do whatever he could to help right away, and that was great. So, but yeah, the recovery this time has been a little bit longer and slower than 4 years ago. And they did have to repair some muscle damage and all of that this time that they didn't have to do last time. So that could be a cause. And he was on some different meds, and that may have been the cause, or maybe just because he's 4 years older and, a little bit slower to heal. but he's doing great overall. And, we know that your prayers and thoughts and everything have helped a lot. We have felt it, and we know that you guys are thinking of us, and we appreciate it. But I want to jump in now to just a few things that we can all do ahead of time to prepare for something like this. And I'm not talking about us. If there's any younger people out there, you guys are watching it thinking that, oh, geez, I don't have to do this yet. Yes, you do. This could happen to anybody at any time. And not just hip replacement. Any surgeries on knees, ankles, hips, back, abs, abdomen area, anything, you can prepare ahead of time, just little things, and have it on hand. And that way, if something like this happens to you or your parent or spouse, you'll be ready. And I think one of the top 3 things that you need to have in your house, one is a good cane, one that's sturdy, one that may be adjustable that you could use for several people in your home. Like if your wife is shorter and you're taller, you could adjust it. And we've actually had one of those for a very, very long time. And one with a rubber grip at the bottom and a nice handle that's not going to hurt your hand. And they're very reasonably priced. Another thing, and I've been watching some videos on this type of surgeries, is a walker. The old-fashioned kind of walker, not the ones that the fancy ones now with the brakes and the 4 wheels. Or the seat. They want you to have just a regular walker with 2 wheels on the front and then the hard rubber grips closer towards you. The ones with all of the wheels, the 4 wheels with the brakes, they're dangerous. If you don't hit those brakes, that walker could get away from you and it could cause a fall hazard. So they really don't suggest those. They want you to have a traditional walker. Number 3, and you might laugh at this one, but it has been a godsend, is a seat riser for your toilet with handles. Not just for hip replacement. You can use it if you have any type of leg surgery, if you have any type of surgery in your stomach, in your back, any type of surgery that would cause you trouble sitting. A riser for on your toilet helps so much because you can't bend your body down that low to sit on a toilet seat when you're in that much pain or you're not that flexible from the surgery.
You've had so much surgery, the damage alone could cause even more damage trying to sit.
Right. And that with the hip surgery, it's a big risk for the first 2 months or so of dislocating that new hip. So bending down to that level, squatting down to sit on that toilet seat could seriously pop your new hip right out. And I'm sure if you would have knee replacement, you can't bend that far with your legs to get down on a toilet seat. So a toilet seat riser is very, very important. And another thing is clear pathways in your home. Get rid of the clutter. Get rid of the junk. If your throw rugs slip around and things, make sure they're gone before you have the surgery. You can always put them back after you're healed, but clear pathways. Something wide enough that your walker is going to get through. Handrails on your stairs. Make sure they're safe, they're tight, they're in the wall, and don't ever fully trust a handrail. Even though it might be in the wall, you may have had it professionally done. You don't want to put 250 pounds of weight on that handrail and think it's going to hold you up. It could come right out of that wall so fast. Use it for support, use it for balance, but don't ever put full weight on a handrail, but have the handrails. Another thing is if you have any hardwood stairs or linoleum or whatever, they make little grippers. They're sticky on the one side, kind of like sandpaper on the top. You can put those down on your stairs. We actually put them after his last surgery. Or was it before your last surgery?
The last surgery.
We put them on our basement stairs. They're hardwood, so we put them in the center of each step because last surgery, he was going down to the basement to take his shower. And wearing the socks and everything, we put those grippers on, and they helped a lot, and they're still there. We left them there. We never brought them up. And what else did I have on this list, hubby? One of the things, too, is to have motion sensor lights. I think I showed you guys these little lights that I got at from Shein. It was a 2-pack, like $6, I think. And these little lights are amazing. You can put them anywhere that it's dark, and it's a long distance that they click on. I'd say at least 12 feet. And they click on, they're bright, and it just makes that area safer. Your stairs, just dark areas in your home. Another thing is, what I have a little list here, a safe shower. We
were fortunate enough to have a new shower installed just before this happened, because we knew that I wasn't going to be going back and forth up and down the steps to the basement. So we took a clawfoot tub out of the second floor and had them put in a walk-in shower up there, which has been absolutely amazing. And I have no stress getting in and out of that thing.
Yep, the last time 4 years ago, we had a clawfoot tub on the second floor. And in 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, probably about 4 days in to the surgery, I woke up hearing the shower going off. He had somehow gotten into that clawfoot tub to take a shower. We had the surround with the shower curtain. We didn't have hand grips, nothing in this. And somehow he got into it, but so dangerous, so dangerous. So knowing that this surgery was coming up, we did have another walk-in shower installed up there, and it truly has been a godsend. It's just so easy. So a safe shower, have somebody come and install hand grips on your wall if you just have a tub. Anything you can do to make it safer. Make sure the floor of it isn't slippery. Let me see here. What else is on this list? I said non-cluttered pathways, the little grippies, motion lights. Another thing, were you going to say something?
No.
Another thing is to have a stockpile of easy to prepare food. Easy, quick meals for you and your caregiver. Because the first few days, you're not doing anything. You need a caregiver, somebody that's going to cook for you, clean for you, help you in and out of a chair. Easy, quick meals just to, cook while you're doing this. And on the healthier side too, you want to make sure you have some healthy stuff, juices, lots of applesauce. We've gone through a lot of applesauce just because he has to be on a high dose aspirin a couple times a day to help prevent blood clots. So he just has a thing of applesauce in the morning. When he takes that first one, you have to have it to kind of help coat your stomach. Just quick, easy things, and have those items within reach. In case your caregiver has to leave for a little while, you can go ahead and grab something out of the freezer or grab something off the counter and make it for yourself. And another thing on that note is to have one of the long reach gripper things. We actually don't have one of those right now. We did for his last surgery, and that was one thing we didn't pick up again. And, that way, if you need something out of the cabinet, you have one of those grippers to go ahead and grab it. And everything within reach. And safe shoes that fit you well, shoes that aren't going to trip you up if you put them on, shoes that the toe catches. I have a couple pairs like that you put them on and you trip on the toe. Make sure you have a good, comfortable, easy to put on, safe pair of shoes. Nice non-slip bottom. And the socks with the grippers, they come in handy too. And that was another thing. The only pair of those we have is the pair that actually came from the hospital. But he is now in just regular socks, at this point. So we're good on that. And I think probably the last important thing to have is a caregiver that loves you. And you have to have a lot of patience with each other too. It's a long process. It's, a
lot of sleepless nights.
A lot of sleepless nights. But your caregiver is very, very important. You will need someone. You will need somebody to drive you home. And that's another thing too that I didn't have written down. You may want to even, try to keep in mind ahead of time, if you know that there's this type of surgery coming, a vehicle that you can get in and out of easily. Whatever suits your purpose best. The last time, the vehicle that we had, he kind of had to step down to get into the car. This time he had to step up. We have a much bigger vehicle with a running board, so he had to step up into it. And which one do you think was easier?
Stepping up.
That's what I thought too. The stepping up vehicle was definitely easier for him. The door opening hole was a lot bigger in the vehicle we have now. So that made it a lot easier too. But yeah, you will need a caregiver. You will need someone at least that first week, maybe into the second week, someone that's going to be there to help you with your daily, help you dry yourself off after a shower, help you get dressed, help you put on the compression socks. And they're a nightmare. And that's another thing right there. To those of you that suggested these zip up compression socks, thank you, thank you, thank you. As soon as we saw those comments, he right away got on Amazon and got a 3-pack for
$14 or
yep,
something.
like $14. And they have been amazing. They have worked so well for us, and we truly appreciate that hint, that tip. And if you guys think of anything else that I'm not covering here, if you've been through a major surgery like this, please comment the tips and tricks and things down below so that other people can, read it. Maybe somebody out there is going to be facing this here soon. And, let's help each other out here with different things. And also don't forget that a lot of grocery stores deliver now. There's DoorDash if you need, food delivered to your home. Don't be afraid to reach out to people for help, your neighbors, your friends, your family. And I think that's about it.
Well, we had a good doctor. We had an excellent hospital staff. The hospital was like being in a hotel. They had room service just about. I was getting phone calls from the restaurant downstairs if I needed anything. They had a menu that was crazy. You could order anything you wanted any time you wanted. But the staff was really great. And when I'd get up to go to the bathroom, I'd ask them if I could take a walk, and we'd go scurrying around the hallway, just so I wasn't bored or getting any less stiffer, if you can get that way, but just to get out of bed. But it was great. I mean, everything so far has been really good.
So yeah, can you think of anything else?
I think you covered it all, dear.
I think that's about it. But anyway, we're gonna get off of here now. I can tell he's kind of getting weird and wanting off this chair. He's at a weird angle, but we want to thank you again. We really, truly do appreciate it. And
Yes, we do.
You guys are the best. All right, everybody, have a great day, and we'll talk to you again here really soon, or at least I will.
Yeah, Chatty Cathy here will.
Have a great day, everybody. Peace.